Man has been arrested after police say shots were fired in Limerick. According to Maine State Police, 57-year-old Stephen Henry of Limerick was observed performing a burnout in his vehicle near a residence on Prokey Drive. Police say an altercation occurred when the homeowner came outside and Henry allegedly discharged a firearm. A Southern Field trooper located the suspect's vehicle on Shaving Hill Road in Leamington a short time later. The driver and passenger attempted to flee the scene on foot. Both individuals were located and detained with the assistance of a Maine game warden. A handgun believed to be the firearm used in the incident was located by a canine unit nearby. Further investigation revealed that the passenger had not been present at the time of the alleged shooting. No charges have been filed against the passenger at this time. Henry was taken into custody and transported to the York County Jail, where he was charged with attempted murder, reckless conduct with a firearm, and discharge of a firearm near a dwelling. The investigation remains ongoing.